Hey everybody, welcome back to Pokestorian. Maddox here, doing another one of my fireside chats. I was just on my way home from work today thinking about what it's going to be like when the next Pokemon bear market hits and how much things are going to change for us all. So I thought I might kind of give you some things that you should be expecting when it hits and kind of how to weather the storm, if you will. So I've been through a couple of bear markets now, most notably the bear market of the post-COVID era, which was around like 23, 24. And then obviously before COVID hit, I would say it was sort of a bearish market because there wasn't much going on. There wasn't much hype at all. So that was like 2019, 2018, not too much going on. So I have some experience that I've had from that and I wanted to kind of go over them. So particularly going back to like when I first started collecting 2019, I was the only person I knew that was really collecting Pokemon cards at that time. And it was kind of a lonely experience. And that's the first big point is, there's a sense of kind of loneliness when you're in the bear market because you're doing something that a lot of other people don't care about. Like we've gotten very spoiled lately with having this hobby where so many people are interested in, all eyes are on it, and it's like the thing to be involved with. But it's harder to be involved with something when nobody else really cares about it. And that's when you got to have some passion for what you're doing. Like if you want to stay involved with Pokemon, you got to have a passion for it. You got to enjoy the cards. You got to really like the creatures and the artwork and just having a hobby in general. And I think that's really important just as a human being, to have different things that you care about and different like passions and hobbies that keep you going. And if you're going to be involved with Pokemon, it's got to be one of those things for you. It's got to be one of your passions because it's a lot more difficult to do things when nobody else is there doing them with you and nobody really cares about them. So that's kind of the first thing to keep in mind. And thankfully, I don't have that much of an issue with that now because a lot of my friends got involved during COVID and my brother got involved. And then when we hit the second bear market of the post-COVID era, like it was a bit easier to weather it because I had all my friends with me, like encouraging each other. So we were able to kind of like push through it and still collect the cards, even though there wasn't a lot of interest with it. So, and then that kind of goes along with there being no interest, is you're going to see a lot of these cards, they're going to be readily available on the open market. You're going to be able to buy the individual singles you want for good prices, and you're going to be able to go to the store and just pick stuff up, which is truly great. It's really going to be fantastic when we can just go back to the store and just buy what we want. You're going to have your pick of the litter. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'll be looking forward to, and I think a lot of you will too, is just being able to casually go to Walmart and pick up some cards after you're done doing your grocery shopping. Like I miss doing that. I mean, on Sundays I would do my grocery shopping and I'd pick up a 3-pack blister of cards and I'd just see where I went with it. It was nice to have that. So that's another thing you'll see is a return of product on the shelves and just being able to get the cards you want. It'll also be a really good time to go back and pick up cards you've been wanting for a while and get them for discounted prices. And that goes into my third point, is that we're going to see a lot of price corrections on these cards, so get ready for it. And if there's things that you don't particularly care about or things that you don't want to keep, I would recommend that right now might not be a terrible time to go ahead and sell some of those off, because not only are cards going to go down in price a good bit, a lot of cards are going to be difficult to sell. You're going to have cards that might take several months, sometimes even up to a year, like sell. It'll take like up to a year for some of these cards to sell. Like I remember like this time last year, I listed like some vintage cards on the market and they sat like until like probably last month and I was finally able to move some of them. But I mean, that's like almost a year though. And that's because during that time period up until probably like earlier this year, it was a bear market for vintage. Everything was just sitting. Even though the modern stuff started to kind of like pop off and get more popular around like I'd say late 2024, the vintage sat a bit longer. So be prepared to have your stuff sit there and realize it's okay for it to sit. Like try to put yourself in a position where you're not like desperate to sell things and you don't have to like fire sale things off, because that sucks. It's never a good position to be in when you're the seller, where you're in the position where you have to sell things. So just keep that in mind. So those are the three big things to kind of keep in mind. Is number one, you're going to lose a sense of community to some level, so it's important to keep your friends around. Number two, as far as getting products, it's going to be super easy. So stock up on what you like and definitely get some booster boxes if you want to put some away and enjoy getting those singles while they're cheap. And number 3 is just expect not being able to sell too much because it's going to be very challenging. So if you got things you want to sell, try and sell it before the bear market hits, and make sure you're in a position where you don't have to like fire sale things off because you're over leveraged yourself. So anyways, that's all I got for you with this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.